this is for non-agenda items, correct?
Correct.
Yes, just to clarify for those people in the room, this is for non-agenda items. It's for something that's not on this agenda.
Ready whenever you're ready.
Okay. Cool.
Non-agenda items. Speaking of non-agenda items.
All right. Who will be first culture?
That's me.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, culture.
Okay. Do you have the microphone and everything set up for you there?
Yes. Do I need to remove it or just leave it?
Speak right into it. Like,
Okay. Is that good?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Hi, I go by Audit LA when I'm here for anywhere for advocacy, and I'm here tonight to advocate for children, especially children in Scientology. I have come to get to know many adult children who grew up through Scientology and the pain and difficulties that they experienced growing up. And our concern now is that this is still going on because there's no accountability, there's no transparency. We have no idea if the same things are continuing. Well, we know some things are still continuing, like purification rituals. It's a lot for tonight. I know I only have 2 minutes. So I plan on keep coming until I fully educate you on our concerns. But they have different things like auditing, and it's very inappropriate for children. So is their purification rituals very inappropriate for children. And I'm very concerned because there is no accountability, there is no transparency. So I am trying to get through grassroots level. A group of us are, yes, there are people protesting, but I am here to advocate through every council that has a Scientology within their district and to city council and wherever, because we want to educate you. And we were asking eventually for help or just awareness, and because we want to know what is going on with these kids and why a lot of this stuff is allowed to continue. We know it's still continuing, and we just want to make awareness, and we're going to keep coming because we have a lot of stories to tell. And I don't know when my time is up.
You got 20 seconds.
Okay, and I just want to say that I ask you to just, eventually I would love to get on your agenda to have the victims who grew up in this be able to come and speak freely and with maybe enough time to educate and to tell what they went through so we can all be on the same page. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Michael, and once again, I'm another advocate here in support for the children at Scientology that are held inside the walls of Scientologies here in Los Angeles and across the world. We just really are here to start a voice with you guys and have a communication with you guys because we see that there's a lot, and there's not equality between the police and ourselves and the protesters that are out there. We seem like we're being targeted and the police are being one-sided with Scientology, and we just want to bring the community together and just really help support. Our goal is to really get the kids out of Scientology. What's happening inside Scientology is really a big smoke and mirror. There's a bunch of SA, sexual assaults happening to kids. They deem kids as adults in small bodies, so at the age of 4, they're signing billion-year contracts, and we just want to bring this information to the community around Scientology so people understand how dangerous it really is to get your kids even near Scientology. So we're here in support, we're here to have a voice, and we're here just to continue to bring the education to you all and help you guys help us help you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Here, Becky.
Thank you. I'm Becky, and I'm here as a harm reduction specialist. I go out there to the community in support of my community, my Latino community. And what I have to say here today is that on Saturday there was an event on L1 Hubbard Way, and it was open to the public. I was personally invited by the consulate from El Salvador to come out, and for some odd reason, I guess the church next door, the big blue building, decided that they were going to trespass me on a public. If you guys guys look at any of my videos, I'm a harm reduction specialist certified through the County of LA. Meaning, I go out and I help my community. Me being trespassed from a public event that was all over Twitter, that was all over social media. They took the council out to the cornered her, and put the fear of God in her. What is so difficult to understand that our community deserves to be represented out there? Somebody's phone is ringing and it's starting to really annoy me. Sorry. So anywho, oops, sorry. The whole purpose of me going out there again was to showcase the culture, to support my community. And I was kicked out because they deemed me a violent, I don't know what. I mean, I really don't understand that. Is L. Ron Hubbard not a public street? Why is it that they got a permit at some sort, and we're talking the Church of Scientology here? Why did they get a second permit to be able to trespass people at their will? This was a public event, and we deserve to be represented.
Yeah, just make sure you're close enough to the.
How about this? All right, so I'm here to talk about Councilmember Hugo Soto Martinez. I got to tell you, this last week, his actions when it came to the ethics reforms, shameful. I think he completely lied on a number of issues, and it's shameful. He perpetuated the lie that the reforms would require rank and file union members to register as lobbyists. Again, that's a lie. That's because Hugo knows his only interest is the LA Fed's interest. Whatever the LA Fed tells him to do, that's what Hugo does, and it's shameful. Also, last month, Hugo's members came to the Central Council District and championed Inside Safe. Talk about how great news, we're renewing it at $215 million. But Inside Safe costs $17,000 per month per person. The entire program is a scam. We have permanently housed 440 people in the last 18 months under Inside Safe, and it's cost us hundreds of millions of dollars. It's making problems worse. And all you have to do is look around Hugo's district and see these problems getting worse day by day. The homelessness problem increases daily, and he does nothing to fix it. All he does is give the police more money, as he did last year when he increased the police budget by nearly $100 million, while he increased the number of cops by 750 and 200 sergeants and gave them $15,000 signing bonuses, and then would defund programs to feed poor kids to give cops more overtime. That's Hugo, that's mine.
Now we're going to go to people on Zoom, so this will start the clock. So we have Moana M. I'll allow you to talk. You have 2 minutes.
That's Moana.
Hello, thank you for the time to produce public comment. What I would like to talk about is over at the Blue Building, I'd like to talk in support of the protesters that are protesting the children in Scientology. Children cannot consent. And all of the biased claims and biased phone calls that are happening over and around the Blue Building of Scientology. At this point, I've been keeping track of all the phone calls since the February timeframe, and right now it has put a dent in your budget of over $275,000 worth of false calls. That's certainly money that could be spent way better into your community, into more policing, into more effectiveness for your community. So with that, I would like to send back my time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So go ahead.
David, can you answer me how much money is being involved in the investigation of the relationship in Scientology today and the corruptness that's going on to hold these children that cannot consent and be in there? What is Karen Bass really doing about that?
I don't know anything about what is going on with what you're saying.
Well, how can we educate you so you understand what is going on? Because I hear a lot of this information about we're moving RVs, we're saving this, we're helping this, but I don't hear you guys helping the children out of Scientology, and I don't hear you guys addressing the corruption that Scientology is involved with the LAPD. You seem like you like to skate around and say all is great and all is grand, but you're not really getting into the heart of the problems of the city, especially when it comes to children.
Please email me.
I will. How can I get his email?
It's on the agenda.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So, right on City of the Land reports, basically, let me get this out of the way. Basically, on E, David C is right there. It's highlighted. If you don't get the PDF version, you can send him an email there if you have a question.
Okay, thank you, David. I really appreciate your time with this, and when you get it, I would love to hear a response. Thank you.
Okay, you don't mind going last?
I have a question. You know, I go out into the encampment and I provide harm reduction supplies to our participants out there. I was informed that LAPD came in, went straight into the tents, their harm reduction tent, and removed all of their marking, threw it in the trash, the fancy test strips, the crank test strips, again, the Narcan that's keeping them alive, that will reverse an overdose. Why is it that they're going into the encampments and removing their harm reduction supplies? They took away everything. They took away their sleeping bags. They took away their tents that they have extra to support the unhoused. All of these items were removed from their tents, from their harm reduction tent that they have out there. And I would like to know, when will this stop? If you guys are truly for our unhoused, give them peace. Stop making all these excuses. Stop making them jump through all these hoops that they need to be clean. Meet them where they're at. That's the whole principle of harm reduction. Meet them where they're at. But most importantly, stop taking their life-saving medication, testing supplies, and I would like a response with that. Thank you.
I'm not aware of what LAPD is doing. If there's a complaint to be had, I would suggest you email me and I will get it to where it needs to get to. I'm not aware of any of this. I know what's inside state. We bring people inside state. It's a volunteer program. We're asking people to come in, our wraparound services when they get there. And each week, there's mental health professionals, there's all different types of services that are available for people. We allow people to bring their pets in, like therapists. I don't know anything about LAPD ratings, encampments, any of those things. I can only speak to what we're doing with Inside Safe and how that program works.
Thank you.
Thank you. The mayor is aware of our concerns with Scientology and LAPD and an inappropriate relationship between them, because a couple of us, the gentleman to my right and myself and two others, attended a meeting. We had a special meeting with the Inspector General, and there was word that they were trying to get Mayor Bass, I don't know, I guess one of her representatives there. So she is fully aware of this concern. And if not, she can go to the OIG and look into it. We have multiple complaints of favoritism and how they're treating protesters and how they are doing, doing everything on behalf of Scientology. It's very biased and it's very corrupted. But, as we know, Scientology is on LAPD's community police advisory boards. They offer them their spaces. They have a very cozy relationship with Scientology. And so therefore, of course, I even spoke recently to a LAPD, she's a detective for sexual child abuse of children, and she was working overtime there. And when, I told her of the concerns, she didn't seem to care. But we're here because we care, and Mayor Bass is aware, and I'm asking you to please relay it to her to make sure. I will email you as well But I'm putting you on alert right now, so anytime in the future, you will be aware. Thank you.
Thank you. When I receive the email, I will elevate it.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, there's one more question.
Yes, so you mentioned that since Karen Bass has been in office, that you have housed 21,000 people. You count them as housed. That means the year before you came in office, 20-something thousand people in the housing setting, and 20,000 people the year before that, as the homeless crisis got worse. So when you talk about that 21,000 people housed, it's time to be honest about it. Just people who have stepped 1 foot in the shelter system for 1 night. Additionally, when you talk about inside safe, this is what I was just talking about before. When I look at hospice data lines, this costs $17,000 per month for 1 person. So you talk about wraparound services. This is above and beyond wraparound services. $17,000 a month is one thing. It's a scam and it's unsustainable. Okay, that's inside safe. And only 440 people, according to your own data, have been permanently housed off of inside safe. And then additionally, you talked about how she's done something unprecedented by purchasing hotels. Yeah, she bought the Mayfair Hotel for $83 million for 280 something beds, rooms. And somehow that's going to save us money. But we are now giving the contract to Vanguard, and they are charging us $3,300 a month just to administer this place. So that's not a question to you, that's a comment and a statement. And another statement would be, it's time that you guys start being honest about this data. We hope that Kenneth Mejia will follow through and get an audit done on this, but there's been no accountability on this, and shame on Hugo Soto Martinez for not demanding accountability. Because you're supposed to provide this data on a bi-weekly basis if you have it for months. So shame on you. Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago over at the UCLA encampment, there was an attack on the encampment by a number of individuals, 3 dozen or so, who came in there and violently attacked students at the encampment. Now, we've done our research on these people, and out of those 30-something people, only 1 was a student. All these attackers, these 3 dozen people, were non-students who came onto UCLA's campus and attacked students. And I have seen x-rays with bones broken, with fractures of their skull, with lacerations. I witnessed this myself. I put together, and people around me put together, a complete investigation on what happened, presented to CNN, and CNN ran with it. So my question to you in the office is, what are you going to do to make sure that these people who came in there and attacked students on the campus of UCLA are held accountable? Because I'm going to tell you right now, going forward, I'm going to make it very clear that if nobody is prosecuted for this, that no student is safe on UCLA's campus. So I'd like to hear what you will do, or what your office will do, to ensure that there is accountability with this incident.
Yeah, I don't really have any specifics to share, but I know that the supervisor and our team who covers that part of the district is in close communication with UCLA about the incidents. And that would be with the DA's office, which is through the county. So yeah, I'm sure any specifics around that would come through the DA's office. I don't have any updates for now to share, but if we do have anything more concrete, I'll be sure to come and share that.
Okay, second question?
Yes, I want to discuss the children in Scientology. Sorry, I'm sounding like a broken record tonight. But we've been for months now, since November, December, been discussing the concerns of abuse of the children with practices like auditing, which is extremely inappropriate for minors, and purification rituals, which is extremely inappropriate for minors. And there's a lot of child protective laws on the books already. There just doesn't seem to be any way to make them apply, in this case, to this organization. And so I am, asking, what do we do to have enough people who are putting their everything on the line here to bring awareness to these kids? We want to make sure they're okay. Where do we have to go to try to get to the next steps to get that to happen, to make sure these laws are being enforced for these kids? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm also not very familiar with the issue that's coming up, so I'll share my email here. It's sportillo, Portillo, at bos.lacounty.gov. So yeah, anyone here is welcome to email me about this issue or anything else, and I'm happy to follow up on that.
Thank you.
Can you repeat that email again?
Can you write it down for me?
Yeah, it's the letter S, Portillo, Portillo, at bos.lacounty.gov.
Thank you.
I have
Do
a-
you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question. My question is, I've noticed we've kind of gone down the list, but I've never heard an LA report yet. Do we have a lead officer here to give us a report or anything?
No, most likely not. If they're not
Ask
here,
who is the
they're going to give a report.
Who's the lead officer that should be reporting?
Any of these that are here listed, any one of them.
Okay, and you don't know why they're not representing their community today in this meeting?
No, I do not. So,
Is that standard for them not to show up?
from time to time they will show up, but yes, they're not all enforced to be here.
Wow.
But isn't that part of them being here to support the community and to listen to the community?
I will concur. I agree with you.
All right, people,
They should be.
we need to
Okay,
file
thank
complaints
you.
on that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we're not blaming them for that. We need to get them here.
All right.
That's ridiculous.
Key. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I want to talk on PALS. Okay, they may not be getting money from LAPD, but they are affiliated with LAPD, and LAPD should be funding them. LAPD gets half of our discretionary budget, and they're getting flush with a couple hundred million more. So there's no reason why LAPD cannot fund their affiliate programs. This is just a backdoor way to get more funding from the taxpayers of this city to provide money for LAPD affiliates. I completely support what Colton said about, having. Oh, did you hear me or no? Sorry. Okay. LAPD is an affiliate of PALS. They are not giving the money to them directly because they go around and get money from all the neighborhood councils and everywhere else. And so it's like a backdoor funding for LAPD youth programs. So LAPD is flush with money. They get half of our discretionary budget, and they're getting an enormous amount of an increase in budget. They have enough money to support all of their programs that they are affiliated with. They have more than enough. There's a lot of places like the Serve LA. I agree with Colton, that money should be going for durable goods within this community, for housing issues, there's other issues with children who don't have, aren't piggybacked to people with, to groups that have that, hundreds of, millions of dollars behind them. So I'm just going to ask you to please do not support PALS at all. Don't give them a dime. Let the LAPD should be supporting them. Thank you. Do you guys need help with moving things? I don't mind checking. Because I'm happy to help. No, thank you. You guys are a great board, and don't feel bad. Central Hollywood also rejected PALS, sorry, but I'm very proud of you guys for doing that. Only because I'm not anti-police or anything. I just think that the police shouldn't be hiding in that, behind the affiliation. So I think you guys did great. You're a very interesting board, and thank you for having us.
Thank you for attending. Thank you for attending. I wish we could make this more accessible. I apologize.
I know, especially that ramp.
I think you can leave through here, so that you see this way. But thank you for coming.
Oh, yeah, no, thank you. I mean, in all honesty, you'll probably be hearing from us more, because we're very concerned about this. I don't know if you've been aware of the protests going on, just at because of this issues. You're aware, okay?
So we are. We've been keeping an eye on that.
Okay, good.
Talk in the future.
All right, yeah, we're here just to advocate. I'm not here to, cause any problems, to advocate and, for these kids. All right, thank you. It was great meeting you. You too, thank you. Yes, thank you. And this was a good board. I really, actually, this was a good board. I was happy with them, I think they were very intelligent. I like how they processed. I've been kind of testing whether or not, I don't know, it's just a different vibe than Central Hollywood. I don't know, they did the right, they voted on certain things I wanted the way I thought they should, and so I was happy with that. But yeah, I want to keep coming. I want to try to build a relationship. And I was amazed that they said that they are aware of the protesting and they are monitoring it. So it is on their radar. So I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know what their position is, but we're here to make sure they hear our side and, the correct side, the right side. And we're just going to do that because I don't want them getting their info from other places, if you know what I mean. So they're going to hear from us. So yes, I don't want it to be a protest or anything. I want it to be very simple. Thank you. You're very intelligent. I really like how you think, and you guys are a good board. I appreciate that you also heard us all out, and because I know that everyone knows about the protesting and stuff, but we want to be able to come and talk on our side and what, I don't know what you're hearing and what you're.
No, absolutely. I mean, everything around Scientology is incredibly complicated for us to handle.
Sure.
Me personally, I don't support or advocate any religion, just for myself personally.
Right. That's fair.
So I have issues with every religion.
Right.
And certainly Scientology
A lot of people do.
is no exception. But, we have just this whole community with people have, let's say, just all kinds of opinions about Scientology, and I'm just trying to keep this whole thing together.
Right.
So we'll just see.
We only care about the kids. Like if adults want to be a part of that, that's their choice. They can consent. But children, they can't consent. And so we're only advocating for the children. We're not advocating for, against to tear, like that people can't be Scientologists.
Yeah, I totally get it.
This kids. But I want to thank you and and for hearing us out. And I had another thing I wanted to say, but I forget right now.
Everyone has the right to come to a public meeting and give comment under the law of time. So thank you so much for coming and for your comments.
Thank you. And that's what I wanted to say too. It's like I'm bringing I'm trying to bring people in to understand that local levels where it's at. You can vote for president, that's fine, but it's really down at the grassroots. So that's why I bring people into here.
And so much of the work that I've been doing has been around trying to get the neighborhood councils to coordinate better, because it's not just a question of how does a neighborhood council interact and do things. It's how does any normal person actually use the government, right?
Right. Yes, and to join forces, right, and to bring it together and
there's
community.
It's not just to join forces, but kind of to either share information or to ideally, I'd like us all to comment on. Hey, Sid. Yeah, Sid.
Good night.
I'd like us to all comment on council files at the same time, so that the city kind of knows where we all stand at the same time, and also just to be kind of a one-stop shop for public officials to come, because so many people want to come. And some people from the government want to come and work with neighborhood councils, but they don't have time to go to 97 different meetings.
Right.
And so I'm trying to do more where we can kind of create other kind of neighborhood council meetings where we invite members of the community from multiple neighborhoods, so that we can get updates from these people more often and kind of have a better workflow. So we'll see what we can figure out, but thank you so much for coming.
This is a smart man. He's probably going to run for city council and we'll vote for him. But I want to come to your land use, because I do have a question on permits. They keep shutting down streets for permits and making it very hard on ADA accessibility. Do you handle city, when they go for closing street permits, does that go through your plum?
No, it doesn't go through our plum, but we can talk to the city council office if we make a motion and do the whole thing, we make recommendations to them. So that is stuff we can potentially talk about. Do you have my, how do I give you my contact?
Your email? I could probably go on Parallel and just get your email from there?
Absolutely, yep, it's on there.
And your Colton,
Coulter, but yeah.
Coulter, I'm sorry. Yeah, because I would like to, I don't know, it'd be able to come speak, but I even have footage of, because I also do ADA advocacy, and and so there's, it is related to Scientology, which is constantly shutting down sidewalks and streets, and I have where I was threatened with that I could face arrest if I went through a closure, but it was inaccessible on the other side.
Totally, yeah.
So it's a lot of insanity.
Yeah, so you can absolutely come and comment on that.
Perfect.
We can go through it. I know Louis Feliz is doing a lot with ADA accessibility as well.
Really? Okay.
I
will email you. I go by Audit LA just because I just keep things separate when I'm in the advocacy. That's my advocacy side of things for now. But and so if you hear, I'll send you an email because I do want to go to that meeting. Audit LA for the advocacy. Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Wow, 53 people still here. That's amazing. You guys get the gold star. You got a good board. I like your board. I need to go to the bathroom though. Oh, thank you. No, I just, you guys are, we didn't talk about it. You guys stuck with me the whole time. I felt the love and the support and the comments. I'm grateful to you guys. Like, I really am. But this is like, I'm so passionate about grassroots, wherever you live. It's, if you're in LA, it's the neighborhood council system. But wherever you live, you have like your little, you have your town councils, your city councils, whatever it is. I advocate for everyone to get involved. And so, no, you guys get the gold star. You guys get the gold star. Thank you for being there and for being that support. You're like the wind beneath our wings. I don't know if you know that, Chad.
Don't go
but-
out, I think I pushed roof.
Oh, okay. We pushed the
Did I
roof.
push? No, I guess it's right. I guess we're okay.
All right. Bye, guys, getting this lost. But you guys literally, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, chat, you guys are the wind beneath our wings. Seriously, just the encouragement, just the positivity. Because sometimes, you get nervous, you get second guess yourself. And so just the positivity, I am grateful for you guys. So with that, I'm going to say good night. I wish you a wonderful night and a blessed week. And talk to you soon. We'll be back on shortly, hopefully for something else soon. We got more things coming. Have a good night.